Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. Like an answer to the question, Chris, I haven't heard much about Lego lately. Have you picked up any new sets? And the answer is yeah! Got this for like, what, $3? It's got a minifigure I didn't already have. Oh, you want an answer to another question? Fine. Like an answer to the question, is Jerry Berg, aka Barnacle Nerdgasm, going to be coming over for another live geek out in this channel tomorrow? And the answer to that question is also yes. I asked him if he was in the mood, if his heart was still in it, because he, well, I don't want to share his news, but suffice it to say, it wasn't really fantastic news. But he's been really, I would say, uplifted by the support of his community and potentially part of this community in light of his rather distressing news. He says yes, he's ready. So expect to hear from Jerry live tomorrow. Probably one of my, okay, I don't really have best friends. I'm just going to say one of my better friends. Is that fair? Yeah. I don't want to have best friends anymore. I want to have better friends. Because then everyone could be a better friend, than average. Oh, okay, you want another answer? Fine. Like an answer to the question, Chris, when are you going to reach 900 patrons for real? As of today, potentially. We don't know. Hopefully the pledges go through this time around. We were past 900 last month, had to remove about 50 people because of false pledges, but I believe we've topped 900 again officially, on our way to 1,000. My hope is, when I live stream my 41st birthday next weekend, what is it, Sunday? When do I turn? Yeah, Sunday. Next Sunday. It's a week from now or so. Yeah, the 26th of July.
Saturday.
Is it? Wait, what's today's date?
Yeah, because your dad's is tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's Saturday. Next Saturday, so about a week, I'll be live streaming my birthday. And my hope is to figure out a way to get to 1,000 patrons. That's the thing I would love to have on a month-to-month basis. I've been going for that 1,000. I had this goal in my mind that I knew I could find 1,000 true fans out there as patrons by the time my birthday rolled around. And so that was my hope. I don't know if that's going to happen because the problem is Patreon, the pledges don't really effectively go through until the end of the month, and hopefully that'll happen. You can join us for that. Okay, you want answers to more questions? Great, because this is a Friday. It's an AMA edition. Ask me anything. Chris Pirillo right here answering your questions. Like, Chris, are you going to get a book about HTML for the baby? And the answer is no, I'm not. You know why? Because I already have one. Look at that. HTML for babies. It says title there. Right? Title tags. See, that's HTML. It's the hypertext markup language. Now, I was going to show this for the first time in the baby shower we're doing on Sunday. That's also live in Diana's YouTube channel. This is actually a gift from Jordan Martinez. Stumbled on his name there, but hopefully, Jordan, you appreciate the fact that I was able to say his name halfway decently compared to some other names that I slaughter inadvertently. I've been watching the vlog since the Grand Canyon video.
No way.
That was a pre-vlog.
Yeah.
Many people don't know that. Many of the vlog fanatics don't know. I mean, that we had that. I think we've lost a few vlog fanatics, to tell you the truth, over the past couple of months. They're like gone on summer vacation. They're not watching the vlog anymore, and it's just beginning to get exciting. He says so. He's watched the LockerGnome for years prior. Also a proud patron. So Jordan Martinez, thank you so much for the gift. I love it. Geeky humor. If you're gonna have a baby, you might as well, do your best to raise it as a geek baby. And so I believe we will be teaching baby Pirillo some HTML. This is code that if you view source on my blog, chris.pirillo.com, you will find this code in the source right here. This is actual live code on my blog. Not really, but I was trying to get people to check. I doubt it. No one visits my blog anymore. It's like, oh, I have -4 visitors. Hun, why is Darth Vader's lightsaber all droopy?
I don't know.
It's really kind of, weird. Okay, so I've got... we can show them if you want to grab it, but I didn't want you to get up if you didn't want to get up here, but that'd be great. I'm going to pull up the list of questions asked by, remember, $5 on up patrons on chrispirillo.com get priority for these AMAs, and then I'll be turning to the public thread. This is the Darth. He's got a sad saber. Look at that. It's like, wah, wah. That's what, wah, wah. Oh, Darth Vader needs some Viagra for his saber. Look at that. It's a sad saber.
That is.
Sorry, Darth. Someone sent this, though, so thank you, whoever sent it. It's just kind of funny. He's got it.
We're trying to fix it.
It's a little limp. Just I don't know what you can do to fix it. It's plastic. I think that's what it's going to be. Here we go. Start at the beginning. Austin asked, I said Chris. He said Chris. You've stated several times your chair is getting some age on it, so if you're going to get another one, what kind of things would you like to have in it? It's a great question, Austin. I've had this chair for years. I'm going to stand up to kind of show everybody. I'm going to demonstrate this chair. It's actually a Grawl Synchron 8, even though you didn't ask. Just going to tell you anyway. I'm kind of, gluing it together. This particular blade fell off, or lumbar support fell off. It originally had armrests, took those off, didn't want those at all, stopped using them because they got in the way. And I don't even use the chair. I tried locking it into position these days, but unfortunately it's so old that the position sinks down again, so I can't be in a position where I'd want to be in all the time. So if I were going to replace the chair, I would say something that looks just as clean, modern, geeky. I mean, it looks like it belongs here. That's really what I like about it. I like the fact that it's black. I'm a big fan of black and silver. Just very monochromatic features in this kind of stuff. In fact, if I had my preference, my desk, instead of being cherry, I probably would have gone for a darker or black type of stain. Even though this is not really a stain, this is particle board. But, it could have been black, and I've been thrilled to death with that. So, I like the fact that it swivels. I like the fact that you can lock it in position, but it's long overdue. I bought this eons ago. I normally... Oh, by the way, before I sit down, let me just show off my new Darth Vader t-shirt. See that? It's all Vadery. I like it. It's comfortable, but I think I need to soak it in salt water for 3 days, even though it doesn't have a tag. Can you see Star Wars in there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of itchy back there. Oh. So I don't know if soaking it in salt water for 3 days doing that trick will help at all, but it's very nice. It's a nice shirt. I will wear it on a very regular basis. So, bam, all Vadered out. Yeah. So I got it for $700 and kind of complained about, not the shirt.
Yeah.
The chair. No, I got this shirt for 10, 15, whatever the hell it was. Because I don't really have a lot of Darth Vader shirts. As much as I like Darth Vader, I don't have Darth Vader shirts. I like keeping them in the office. I don't like, don't like sharing that with other people.
With them?
Yes, I could do that. I hadn't even thought about that, baby. I need that other thing over there. Those two other things, maybe, or one other thing. So anyway, I didn't want to get the chair. I was kind of mad. I'm like, $700. I don't need $700. $700 chair. I channeled Chris Tucker. $700 chair. I don't need a $700 chair. Because I was fine with one of those bucket chairs, kind of executive chairs. And I was convinced by somebody to get this one, and I've been very happy with it. It's lasted about as long as I have. It's been with me for a number of years, and be very, very sad to lose the chair. But eventually, if I find something better coming along, if I have an opportunity to upgrade, the chair will probably go. Rick Sayre, as I hold on to my Darth Vader pillow.
It's really soft.
It's very, very soft. I'm trying to get the features of it there. Well, this side's soft. There's nothing on the side. Damn. Why do tags still exist?
Well, not just one tag.
I know, 74. Wait, hang on. Let's count how many tags are on this Star Wars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tags. They're freaking it. Hang on. Minus this little flap thing. This doesn't count. You can take that off. 8 tags? 8 tags! And you can't take the tags off. I don't think they're removable, hon, without tearing apart the pillow. That sucks, dude. That really sucks. Anyway, but this is awesome. This part, awesome. This part is horrific. That's the thing nightmares are made out of. Rick Sayre asked. Hi, Chris. Do you think it's possible, the way the internet has been rolled out and adopted over the last 20 years or so, that we could build a whole new second internet without government involvement, something open with no government control, or even bypass cable companies that want to control what you see? I don't know if cable companies want to control what I see, but that's already existed. I mean, it's something called Internet 2. Do your research. It does exist. Internet 2. I think it's a very creative name. Internet 2. It does exist. I don't know if it exists outside the scope of government, though. I know there's an alternative internet where everything is cat pictures. That's Internet 3. So they went too far with that, scaled it back to Internet 2. No, seriously, Internet 2. I think it's still a thing. I remember reading about it years ago. Leo Cosgrove asked, what are your thoughts on mechanical keyboards? Clack, 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 bang, 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 clack, 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 bang, 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 clack, 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 boom, clack, 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 boom, boom, clack, clack, boom, 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 clack, clack, clack. I love them. I had an old clacker. I remember back in the day, I wish I had a sound bite of this. When I was in college, we had computer labs. Not everybody had a computer. They were expensive. They're still expensive today, but I mean, not like they were back then. So you had to go to computer labs. And in the computer labs, they have all these old IBMs set up or clones set up and PCs. And they were with these clackers, these IBM keyboards, like clack, 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 bang, 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 boom, 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 clack, 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 clack. So it's the sound of the keyboards clacking.
Did you ever dream
magic.
about it?
No, I don't know if I ever dreamt about it, but that's magic to me. That's like my soundtrack to college, you know. Some people were singing Nirvana. I was clack, 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 bang, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Did you have a time limit on the computer lab?
No, I don't think so. You used to have to wait sometimes for someone to give up their seat before you can go. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Oh, that's funny.
That was back in the day. Doom had just been released, like in my later years. Doom, everyone was going gaga over Doom. It's crazy. Let's see here. I'm gonna check the comments. It's against the law to remove tags. Well, screw you. No, I'm not screw you, Max 3099. He's actually right. It's against the law if you don't own it.
Oh.
It can only be removed by the owner. But I don't want to snip it, hun.
I wonder if there's a device.
See, there is. You can get a puller. It's that red sticky thing that I got in the other room. But I don't know if you can effectively remove those without unraveling the pillow.
I don't want to chance it.
Damn you, Disney! Why do you have to create awesome things that are somewhat annoying? Which is pretty much the story of my life. Aaron Westendorp asked, or says, oh no, I guess he asked, the video Weird Al released today, 8 days, 8 videos, Sports Song, seems like an album filler to me. What do you think? I think Sports Song, and I'm sorry, let's see, reach over here. I have not yet done a full-on review of Mandatory Fun. I'm considering it. I really am considering doing a review, giving my thoughts on all these tracks. To me, that's one of the best originals on the album. Honestly, Sports Song, because it's a creative style parody. I've got some feelings on the other originals, and I guess I don't want to like turn this into the Weird Al show. We already had that. Unfortunately, that ran for too short a time. As a matter of fact, this would be a great time to tell everybody. I've been working on a TGIF all week, and I'm like racking my brain. I wanted to do a TGIF on Weird Al Yankovic, and so 27 is a number meme with Weird Al, and has been for a number of years. I think going back to Dare to Be Stupid at least, maybe even before that. Cable TV. I have to look up the first use of it. But anyway, I've been kind of researching and compiling my tips, guidance, information, and facts. Some of the facts are more about me and Weird Al, and the other facts are just about Weird Al. So I'm trying to get 27. And so I'm thinking instead of today's Q&A with you and me, I'm going to make like a live video just for patrons, and then like a week later unleash it for everybody, but do it live, because otherwise I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to edit it. And it'll be a long video because it's going to be 27 tips, guidance, information, and facts about Weird Al Yankovic, and certainly, you know, putting my own personality into it because I'm a fan. Sports Song, the video, I'll admit it. I mean, the video I was kind of like, really? That's all you had? I'm like, the video sounded like or looked like it was kind of like it was done, and I thought it didn't have any Al in it. I mean, it could have. I mean, I'm like, I really would have hoped for more gags or more silliness, and it was really straightforward. But the song itself, I thought was one of the better original songs on the album. Probably one of my favorite original songs on the album, believe it or not. But I've got a couple of other things that I want to save for that particular album review if I decide to do it. So that was a really good question there. Adam Wallace asked, how did you start the chris.pirillo.com website that nobody looks at anymore? I added that nobody looks at anymore. It started, I don't know, it was a blog. Set it up in 2002. and in a day and age when we didn't have Twitter or Facebook or any of these places to share our thoughts, and that's what it was. It was a personal blog, and it's where I put a lot of my personal thoughts. It still holds true today. I mean, you can still subscribe to chris.pirillo.com. You can go there and get a zeitgeist of everything that I'm doing online. It's the best place, honestly, for that. But the blog, unfortunately, it's a dying medium, and so I started it. How I just registered the domain where I already had Pirillo.com, just added chris.pirillo.com, or the Chris is a subdomain of Pirillo.com. So that's how we have Diana.Pirillo.com, and pretty soon the baby's name.Pirillo.com. Not going to announce anything. We have the name picked out though. It's final. It's final, and you shook on it. Honey, it's final and you shook on it. I remember shaking. Well, there was some shaking going on. I just don't remember how the hell it happened. So I started because there was no other place for me to put my personal thoughts or perspectives or just ramble, and the early blog posts are horrific. Oh, God, so bad. Oh, I don't even know. I read some of them now. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking when I wrote it? Why did I write this? It's like tweeting now. It's like, why did I tweet this? Ahab. Or should I EHAB? Is that Ahab? Ehab? Parenting question. Nice segue. What if your child turned out the opposite of what you'd imagine or prefer, i.e. loves sports, not a geek, heaven forbid? I think we covered this question before, but let me go ahead and give some context here, and I'll address it again. I'll give background to this question. So says Ehab. I know that my father always wanted me to do certain things and dress in a certain way, especially when I was around 12 or 13, age of becoming a man in his culture or heritage. He never turned out like that, but it was tough to get that across at the start. I've also noticed that a lot of famous public figures have faced this as parents recently. Would be very interested to know. I'm going to go ahead and flip through the list of patrons here to give them credit, because I do this in every live TLDR. So, I'm hopeful that I could give this child as much as I could possibly give the child. And part of how I've addressed this question in the past, and I will have to remind myself of this, is that I want to help bring that child to find his or her own happiness inside. And whatever that takes, whatever that is. Even if that happiness means being the best tight end on a football team that ever tighted an end on football. Well, Wicket, I told you if you wanted to, you can. It's not a Wicket. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. It's been awkward. Ever since he came out as a brony, it's been really awkward between us. I'm not a brony. But I said, hey, if you want to do it, knock yourself out. In fact, here's a little trivia. Weird Al Yankovic, I'm not going to say he's a brony, but he has a My Little Pony character called Cheese Sandwich, and apparently that's going to be a figurine. So my first, even though I'm not a brony, my first and probably only My Little Pony figurine will be of Cheese Sandwich. Cheese Sandwich. That's going to be mine.
Wicket found a new barking spot.
Oh, great. Where? Top of the stairwell?
In my office.
Your office? Oh, yeah. Anyway, so if Wicket wants to collect, that's what he wants. That's what he wants. That's what makes his heart happy. Whatever, other than barking. Barking, he makes him happy, but it just kind of annoys the hell out of the rest of us. So, as long as they're happy, I think that's all I can hope for. I would hope that I could build experiences and show this child how to turn their happiness into a career. And I would like to believe that would be the best gift I could give, no matter which way they wanted to go with it. And even if their tastes change, this happens in life. Whether it's a midlife crisis or a late life crisis, or never even having to touch a crisis at all. If suddenly they decide, you know what, I want to play guitar. Do it. That's what your heart wants, but pursue it. Do it 110%. If you really want that, then you have to get it. You cannot expect someone else to hand it to you. And I think that's the key, right? So there's a lot that I can hand. There's a lot that I would know. There's a lot that I can say, here are the tools that I think would be useful for this journey of self-discovery. But you have to do it. You have to walk the path. You can't just say, this is what annoys me about a lot of people. I'll just be honest. I want to play guitar. Okay, well, where's your guitar? Well, I don't know, but I want to play guitar. Okay, are you taking lessons? No, but I want to play guitar. Okay, well, let's take it a step at a time. Have you watched videos on YouTube? No. Okay. Do you have any kind of musical ability at all? No. Okay. Why do you want to play guitar? I want to be on stage. Okay. Well, maybe we could try just putting you in community theater and let's see how that goes. And then maybe introduce instruments as we go along. Maybe start smaller with a tambourine or cymbals. Something that's a bit more less intensive than going full bore into the whole world of playing guitar. No, I would play guitar. Okay, fine, we'll play guitar. But you got to set the stage. But ultimately, they have to drive it. They have to be themselves. And so I want to be able to give the tools to this child so they can be themselves. Whether it's sports, has nothing to do with being a geek. I hope to God they don't hate Star Wars. And we will be growing up this child. Can I say that? I'm going to say it anyway. We are going to be raising this child, rearing this child to appreciate the finer things like Star Wars, and giving them lessons of self-empowerment, not entitlement, not self-entitlement. Big difference. Empowerment, the ability to control their own destiny, to find their happiness, and to turn that happiness into something that becomes their life. And that's really, I think, the most I could hope for and do. Even if they turn out to be the opposite of what I prefer, I just want them to be happy. So if they turn out to be sad, well, that's going to disappoint me. I'm like, well, you're in control of your sadness, dude. I'm so sad. Well, okay, if you're sad, what is it going to take for you to be happy? I need to be happy in order to not be sad. Okay, that's not how it works. What makes you happy? Not being sad. Okay, God, hon, I can't take this anymore. I can't. Look, there's a path in front. You have to walk the path. But I can't. Why? Because I'm sad. Okay, well, to get you from not being sad, you have to be happy. You're making me angry. You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
Are you scared that maybe you won't have a lot in common with the child?
No, I didn't really have a lot in common with my dad. I hate numbers. I hate sports. I love my dad. Yeah. So you don't have to have things in common to love your parental units. I think he did a wonderful job as a provider. The decisions he made were the right decisions at the time. And right is relative. And I've even had these conversations about Diana's family because we talked about things like her dad likes cooking. And I'm like, that's great. What does he cook for me? We haven't answered that question, but we don't want to reveal it.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to reveal it. I don't want to tease the vlog that we just recorded today, but there's some big news coming down the pike. So let's go ahead and kick in the screensaver here. That's my answer to the question. I think it was a good question to answer, and I can't imagine you not respecting that answer. Anybody not respecting the answer. You got to let someone be themselves. Look, there's only one you, and there's only one them. Except for Diana, you need to be more like me. All right, so well, you do that, you burp. You are more like me there, and I hope that's one of the things from pregnancy that just kind of holds over. No. After the pregnancy, like Diana just. That's what she does. She walks around the house like this is how Diana walks in the house when she's pregnant. No, I don't know. So Brian Roberts, asked, what do you think about Project Zero? Mentioned this the other day. Google started this 0-day research group. I think it's fantastic because the world needs more people looking at these potential security flaws before they become, a big security flaw. I think it was Zeus that was the big malware attack in recent weeks, and then of course there was the Heartbleed bug that affected certain SSL versions that were out there, and I guess some SSL. Version or OpenSSL has a flaw, and there's some sites still using that OpenSSL that's been known to have this exploit. They're still using it. So if there was a group, and I think Google's a great great company to spearhead this effort, it's a good idea. That's the bottom line, Brian. I think it's a great idea. John Whitaker asks, "Hi Chris, if you had to pick one animal to best describe you, what would it be and why? Best animal to describe me. What am I like?" I watched this video this morning on Facebook for some reason now. All the video. If you like the videos we do, share them on Facebook because this is all my feed was last night and today. I'm scrolling through video. It showed the difference between cats and dogs. And the dogs, it showed the dog, this not okay, Wicked. Can you hear him barking? Right on cue. So, we've been over this. You can be a brony. So, anyway, as I'm pushing through the dog's barking dialogue, the Barkalog. So, there's a puppy at the top of the stairs, short staircase, and the mommy or daddy doggy comes up next to the dog, and the dog doesn't want to go down the first stair because it doesn't know what's going to happen. It's a little afraid. Its paws going like that, and so the big dog comes up and says, no, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Here, watch me, and kind of leads by example, and the little dog's like, oh, I don't know, oh, what's going on, and the big dog says, no, it's okay. Well, of course, they're not talking, but they're acting, they're acting it out, right? And the big dog, kind of does it by example, and then, stands next to the little dog, takes a step down, kind of looks back, and he's showing by example, like trust, learning by trust. That's how the dogs would teach each other, learning by trust. And then I already know this is gonna piss off a lot of cat lovers, but they cut to a cat.
Wait, let me guess. It pushes the kitten.
So there's a cat peering in this hole, and a little kitten up over here, and the cat, the adult cat, is wagging his tail softly. And the little kitten, just a little tiny little thing, is peering into this hole, and just kind of peers, and the adult cat goes like that, and knocks the kitten into the hole. Hand to God! This, honestly, I mean, you ask why I'm a dog person. You wonder why. Cats are evil! I'm sorry. I mean, there are rare exceptions to this, but I'm sorry. I've yet to see any, other than that cat who rescued the kid from the dog. Oh, yeah. There are rare exceptions. I'm not... These are just two examples, but juxtaposed together. I'm a dog guy. Yeah. Except when they start barking in the middle of a live broadcast.
But you like giraffes.
I like giraffe, but that's not me as an animal.
Yeah.
If I'm an animal, like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I want to be your friend. What's going on? Hey, wow, yeah.
You're like, bark, I'm a dog.
I don't know why I'm so mad at Wicked. He's just like me.
Yeah.
Hi Chris, if you could open your own geek out restaurant, what food would you serve and what geeky things would you have to attract more people to come and chill out to eat food there? I'd make a Star Wars themed restaurant. I'll flat out, honest. That's it. Because I think there are a lot of Star Wars fans that'd come for that. I don't think you could though. You'd need to have the licensing for it. Hang on. What's my phone ringing? Who's calling me? Ow.
You'd serve blue milk.
Yeah, blue. There you go. See, look at that. Look at that. She's quick. Why can't I get my phone out of my pocket? Who the hell is this? Someone in San Francisco is calling me. Hang on. Just a second.
Answering.
This is Chris. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was going to reply to the email, but I can't right now. Yeah. I'll get to you. I will do it after another... just give me a couple minutes. And I'll reply to it. Well, no problem. I mean, I sent you the list, or sent a list of things that were possibilities, but everything just kind of depends. And we're trying to I think we're circling around what you want to do or what needs to be done, and I usually work the other way around. So I'll reply. I'll get back to you because I'm in. I'm not sure how to necessarily close that gap. Yeah. Sounds good. All right, thank you. Yep. Bye.
Business?
Yeah, business. Well, you gotta, this is the thing, I get pulled in on projects all the time, so I had to take the call.
Yeah. You gave them a chance to grab a snack.
That's right. Thank you. So now we're back to the broadcast. Now that we're about done, Star Wars. Could you do that without licensing? Could you do like a sci-fi themed? That's it. I'd do a sci-fi. Wouldn't have to be just Star Wars. Sci-fi themed. Yeah. That's like cool. Geeky. Anybody would want to go. Anybody, and especially if we had blue milk. That'd be our thing.
A blue milk milkshake. Yummy.
That's okay. If and when I ever retire, sci-fi restaurant. That's what I want. Sam Klein asked, "What do you think about wireless electricity powering your tech?" I'm all for it. Kill the wires. I'm done with the frickin' wires. Wires suck. I can't stand wires. Wires annoy the hell out of me. So I've talked about wireless electricity before. I think it's going to happen, and I am all for it because it's very convenient. Imagine, okay, so right now you guys saw the phone that I pulled out. I got it attached to this little this battery case thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a push notification that the garage door was closed 40 minutes ago.
Oh.
Boy, they are on the ball, that internet company that has garage doors. So, anyway, you know, I got to keep a battery on this thing because I can't charge it otherwise. And I use it all the time. So, imagine a day where you just don't have to worry about it anymore. It's just charged. Charged. Just like that. In fact, you can charge quicker than me burping. I'm all for it. All for it. Amen. Amen. Sign me up. Cannot wait. In fact, I want it now. When do you want it? Now. Who? What is it? Wireless. When do you want it? Now. I'm doing a protest. When do you want it? We want it now. Lisa needs braces. It's an old Simpsons episode where protesting. Okay, so I guess we're out of time. This is about a half hour. I like keeping the broadcasts about that long.
I fixed it.
Thank you, baby, but it's still kind of bent. I know. Today, as I referred to, I got to get back to someone's email. You guys heard me say it. I said I would do that, so I'm going to do that. But this week, instead of the Q&A with you and me, I am thinking about fleshing out the rest of the list. I got to do like 3 videos today. But I want to do one specifically on Weird Al, 27 things. And I may be doing it live to tape. I just don't know when I'm going to have time today because I have to record these 2 other things before I get to that because that's very time intensive. So unfortunately, it's been a really busy week, and so I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys give me some just a little breathing room. I appreciate that. Let me see if I got any other questions from the live commenters. See my last comment. Okay, what last comment? Mrs. Cornick asks, Chris, have you heard of any reports, i.e. Consumer Reports, that's a brand, of the best customer service for any computer companies, or have you any opinions on this? Sorry, I'm a PC person, not a Mac. I hate to tell you, but Apple is kind of like #1 in terms of customer service. Plus, they have Apple stores in every mall. Just about every mall, not every mall. But they're all over the place, so you can get to a human being pretty easily. Mrs. Cornick also said, I've been thinking about a Lenovo. Love Lenovo. But just some news. Today, they actually came out and they said they're not going to be shipping any more Windows tablets because the demand was so incredibly low. So, Lenovo is a great brand. Absolutely, I've owned plenty of Lenovo products over time, and think they've got their head in the game in the right way. But I haven't had any direct experience with their customer support as of late. Really, support's all over the map. It just depends on what you need. Do you need to see someone in person, or would you be fine with talking to them on the phone? Well, if you want to be talking to them on the phone, make sure that the company you decide to go with has that type of phone support that you want and that you need. If you don't want to deal with any person at all, make sure you deal with the company that doesn't have phone support necessarily or in-person support. I think that it's difficult to make this judgment call or a blanket statement because A, there's so many companies out there, and B, everyone's looking for something different. So I don't know enough other than Diana triggering Siri to be able to give you a question. An MIT student, according to Max 3099, says, I believe he says an MIT student, he believes, built a phone charger to charge phones in 30 seconds. Doesn't surprise me, and I believe you're right. I remember that a long time ago. A few months ago. It was a student. It was like a contest kind of thing. Intel, I think, sponsored that contest, if I'm not mistaken. So Mrs. Cornick, I've got to figure out that's the username there. A little bit more about what you're looking for, and I can provide a more qualified answer for you. Suffice to say, I always kind of winnow it down, like based on your exact needs, and then after you've figured out your needs, then accommodating budget, there's a lot of things to consider in answering those types of questions. Aaron Westendorp This is great. Says the first episode of the Weird Al show is the first time that he saw Bare Naked Ladies, which is the band, which I love. I knew of Bare Naked Ladies. They sang Shoebox on that show, but Weird Al had to introduce them as BNL because CBS didn't want him to say Bare Naked Ladies on a Saturday morning kids show.
Oh my god.
So they're introduced as BNL, not Bare Naked Ladies. And they sang Shoebox. I remember that episode. The only song I remember from that show was Water is wet, oh, water is wet. How much wetter could water get? It's like there was a kids show within the kids show. It's very meta. I loved it. Any other questions as I'm scrolling through? Not seeing any questions. Oh, last question here, maybe. Yes, last question. James Burnett asks, how will we find out when the live stream with Jerry is tomorrow? I believe we're shooting for 6 p.m. Pacific. It's been our general time lately, so just that. I'll be tweeting out the link. I'll be posting the link. Patrons will get the link to where they could have elevated, I guess, comment addressing during the broadcasts as we've done in the past. Okay, 2 more questions. I can't stop. Aaron Westendorp asked, too much Starbucks? No, I didn't. Actually, I did have Starbucks today. Too much Starbucks. Me? Maybe, are they saying I was maybe I'm like, Speaking of, no one's made an animated GIF in ages. Twitter comes out with support for animated GIFs, and no one makes them. Dude, it's a dying art. Let's bring it back to life, man. That horse is not dead yet. We can still beat it. Max 3099. Why is HTML hyper? Oh, that was Aaron's answer. Too much Starbucks. And I think we're out. I think that's about as good a place as any to close this video. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. For the other people on Facebook who asked me questions, I'll be getting to your questions over time. Do not worry. I'm still here for everybody and very happy that you are here for me. Thanks again for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, watching even more of our videos right now, being a patron if you can, and joining us for every live broadcast. Again, if you have the ability to do so. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.